It's completely different from what you're looking right now.
A couple of days back, with my team, we thought like maybe a little change. Now that you've invited me on your show, people can see a different version of mine.
Since you're from Kerala, did you have any tough situation in terms of just maneuvering with Hindi by any chance?
Yes, I did so. First time, I was a little worried actually because it was in Hindi and the scene was extremely complicated.
Obviously, Taapsee, you have maximum scenes with. You don't have any scene with Mr.
So,
Bachchan.
no. I was glad that Sujoy invited me on the set so I could watch him. Hi, it's Tony Luke here. You're watching Bollywood Hungama. Do subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you.
We have this talented Tony Luke. You've seen him as Arjun Joseph in Badla, and he was a scheming sort of guy in the film who just always has a solution. Pleasure having you on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you so much.
All right, so were you anticipating the sort of response that your character has received in Badla?
No, I mean, if you asked me before the movie, I was a little tentative. I didn't even think of moving to Bombay before the movie. So once I got the movie done and it came out, that's when I actually made a conscious decision to come to Bombay actually, to move to Bombay and to meet people, to network and all that kind of stuff actually. But before, no. I was a little tentative. I was a little worried actually. Yeah.
So the way you are right now, I think people will not be able to recognize you as well because you had that beard in the film.
True, sir.
So it's completely different from what you're looking right now.
Yeah, and I thought like, a couple of days back, with my team, we thought like maybe a little change is good. Now that you've invited me on your show, people can see a different version of mine and maybe I can pass away with a, with a shaved look also, so people can recognize me.
Since you're from Kerala, did you have any tough situation in terms of just maneuvering with Hindi by any chance?
Yes, I did so. When I was doing movies down south actually, it was just 3 to 4 movies down lane. I got a call from north, from a producer, Sunir sir. He's the producer for Azure. So they were making this movie and my photos cropped up because he was making a movie with Jeetu Joseph. It's called Body with Imran Hashmi. So when he saw my photo, he thought maybe I could fit this part because they were looking for this actor who can actually pass for Arjun Joseph. So I had this casting agent call me from Bombay and she said, there's this whole part for you. It's in Hindi. So the moment I heard it's from Hindi and I was quite happy. I never had this huge dreams of, ending up in such a big platform. So I was down south doing a few movies there and I got this thing and I was a little worried actually because it was in Hindi and the scene was extremely complicated. But Priyata just kept calling me again and again. She was persistent. And the moment I came to know that she's not to give up, I did that scene with a friend of mine who was working on the theater with me. We did that scene 4 variations and I sent those 4 variations to Priyata and in a week's time Sujoy called me. And Sujoy knew that I couldn't speak Hindi very much then because I was not a native speaker and it's been like 6 to 8 years away from Bombay. But it didn't matter to him actually. He just saw my 1-minute audition and he said, you're my boy and we're going to take you. Are you interested? And I said, yeah, sure. That's how it started. And yeah, I was a little worried actually because the whole part, it's a big canvas. You have big stars. The character is very complicated.
It is.
And I had to speak a language which I'm not used to speaking. So I was a little nervous, yes, in the start. Sujoy, no. And everything just fell into place by the God's grace. Yeah.
Before the movie released, I think people had no anticipation about your character at all. And once the movie ends, people do have a lot to say about your character as well because it's quite an intrinsic character.
Yeah.
It is there for a substantial period of time of the movie as well. What sort of feedback did you get? I believe I was reading one of your interviews and there were people who were calling you from the theaters and they were telling you that people are liking your performance and it's like a houseful show and that must have been a bit of a high for you.
It was and it is still a big high. It would be a lie if I would say it's a uniform kind of praise because there are a lot of people. I mean, Bollywood Hungama itself gave me a great review. I've got amazing reviews from large section of the critical reviews, but at the same time, there are people who found, few mistakes, the way I spoke, the way my style of acting, I would say. So I would say it's both sides. I wouldn't sit here and I would say everything was super cool, but there are moments where I've got reviews which are not very kind also. One was the language part, one was the fact that it came across really subtle, my kind of acting. The first thing about my character is the true essence of Badla, if you ask, if it's a crime thriller, yes, sure. But what is the true essence of Badla? The true essence of Badla is what would a person go, how much would he go to, survive, to save his family, to save his job after doing a crime? And what length would a person go because of guilt? These are the two essence, the first half and the second half. So my character has actually both essence because my character takes the essence of the start. That is, the person would go to any length to safeguard his family because he committed a crime. He would go to any length. At the same time, the second half, I go through the essence of a person of guilt. I'm ready to destroy myself because of the guilt. So those two essence my character has, which is the essence of the film. The biggest challenge before me was to subtly transform and show from one essence to another without calling it too much. Sujoy wanted very subtle, and it's extremely difficult in a very cinematic experience to do it subtly. So Sujoy is very happy, a lot of people are happy, but sometimes in the style of acting, certain people don't like it when it's a little too subtle because they want it on your face, and this character was a little different there.
Your character is the scheming sort. He thinks that he's very smart. He is smart as well.
Yeah.
And very intelligent. But the fact is that the way the circumstances are, it is proven that he's outsmarted by Taapsee.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting as well. That that those nuances in his character, that is pretty interesting as well. He has a girlfriend. He has a wife.
I have a wife. Yeah.
He has a wife who's a foreigner, and she thinks that he's wonderful, but after all, he's not.
There are perspectives in this film. The whole film is a crime thriller, and there are perspectives. But yes, when it comes to my wife, the single nuance is that she always thought I was a really good person, but in every essence, in every form of the perspective, I'm a bad human being to her because I cheat on her. But at the same time, actually throughout the film, if you see, I got knocked over by a woman because the whole complete thing has been planned by a girl. So the way I react to that is also really important in the second half of the film. According to Sujoy, he wanted a very subtle reaction because in real life, not everyone is an alpha male, you see. And in a very, global platform, like where we are outside, highly educated people, the way we react to a downfall has to be very subtle. So the second part, the way I react, the way I figure the fact that I have been done with a woman. So that, yes, it adds a certain dimension, and thanks to Taapsee, she's a brilliant actress, and acting is give and take, and that fell into place exactly the way it should be.
Tell us about the experience of being a part of a film that is starring Amitabh Bachchan. And obviously, Taapsee, you have maximum scenes with. You don't have any scene with Mr. Bachchan, no. But obviously you're part of that entire paradigm. So how's that experience?
You know, sometimes it doesn't sink in the fact that you get a big movie with Mr. Bachchan sir, and then you don't share any scenes with him. So when I got the script for the first time and I went through the script, and then Sujoy broke the news that I'm part of a film with the legend himself, the first thing I thought was maybe I get a lot of scenes with him. I did for till the day I reached the set. And the first day I reached the set, I was told by the associate that there are no scenes at all with Bachchan sir. So that was like a downpourer. But I was glad that Sujoy invited me on the set so I could watch him. Every day I was on the set. He was shooting for almost 12 days in that room, and every single day I was there watching. And when you're looking at a legend who won 4 national awards back to back, brilliant, brilliant. And I had a chat with him, just a bit, and he was very kind. It's one of those moments I'll cherish all my life. Yeah.
You also said in an interview that once you came to know that Shah Rukh is the producer, actually they're producing the film, you knew that it'll be marketed nicely and it'll be reaching a lot of people. Did you interact with Shah Rukh by any chance?
No. I wish we had a chance, but no. He wasn't one of those tactical, on-the-floor producer kind of person, because he was in charge of the, I think, more of the strategic level, that's distribution and all that. So he didn't come on the set at all. It was Asir, Sunir, and Akshay sir who was in charge of the production. But I thought like maybe at the distribution, maybe at the promotion stage, but then I think Red Chillies had a very fantastic, finer point of marketing strategy for this film. So there wasn't much of a big occasion where I could actually get a chance to meet him, so no. But I saw him on the TV with Bachchan sir, so that means it.
Yeah, I think in terms of promotions, I think he definitely went all out.
Yeah.
And those promotions, I believe, must have helped as well.
It did, big. And everybody was happy, surprised, pleasantly surprised that he was, because he saw the movie, and the moment the movie finished, he looked at Sujoy and said he loved the movie and called upon him if there's any need to help in promotions. So it was really kind for him to help us. Yeah.
All right. So, what sort of offers have you been getting, Tony?
Again, I can't lie. I wouldn't stay here and say I'm being flooded with offers. No. But out of all the offers which I'm getting, just maybe like 3 to 4, the scripts are amazing. It's just amazing, and I feel blessed that I'm getting those scripts. And the thing is, fingers crossed, if everything goes well, I'll do all the 3. Like 3 to 4 are the ones I got, and they're all amazing. And talks are right now, and I should start shooting maybe in a month's time or 2 months' time. The characters are amazing.
Okay, and they are like big production houses,
Yeah, they're big,
decent.
and they're fantastic. They're highly motivated, they're smart, and yes, I would say for me, they're huge.
All right. So, lovely talking to you, Tony, and
Thanks,
looking forward to everything that you'll be doing soon. And congratulations for Badla. Thank you very much.
This is all mine, sir.
Thank you. That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.
Hi, it's Tony Luke here. You're watching Bollywood Hungama. Do subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you.